Costa Rica. I am Karina and this is floss tube 33. Yeah, I think it's 33. Let me see. Yeah, 33. Oh, well, welcome to the Costa Rica's rainy season, little hot season too. It's beautiful, my country. It's raining a lot. Well, everything is fine here, a lot of work. I have been trying to make this video for several days already. My rolls of fabric with the pieces I have to show, my advances, have been here sitting for a while, and I have been trying and has been difficult. Today is Friday 22nd, and there is like 4:30 more or less. Well, let me tell you. First, before we start talking about stitching, I would like to show you something. Some time ago, I mentioned that my preferred fruits, my favorite fruits are two. Strawberries, which are more like hot, cold, high altitude weather or things like that. It's not hot weather, you know, like strawberries are not from hot regions. Strawberries, and for a tropical fruit, I love rambutan, which rambutan in Costa Rica is called Mammogino. Okay, we have another kind of mamon that is from here, or we call it mamon criollo. That one is not my favorite. The other one is green, and inside is like a very light, like tan color. Now, my favorite at Mammogino, and I had some questions the past time. Some people said, we don't know what the heck is that. Okay, I went to the supermarket today and I saw they were in season because this is a seasonal fruit. Then I bought for you that you can know what a Mammogino is. This is a Mammogino. They are reds and yellows. And yellow doesn't mean it's not ripe. Both are ripe. It's only the variety. Okay. Now this is very funny for a kid. For a small kid, moms, they never allowed to eat it because it's choking hazard, or it has a big seed on the center. Okay, and you eat whatever is around the pulp around the seed. Now, when I was a child, we don't wash this stuff. You know, we take them direct from the trees and we eat them without wash them. Now that we are, you know, old, supposedly wiser, then I wash them. I put them on a bowl with water and a little bit of chlorine or something like that for a little while, and then you disinfect it. Because if somebody gets really picky, you can use a knife. But if you use a knife, you take a long time to do this, and you sometimes lose flavor and things, you know. Then the way to open it is with the mouth. Now I want to show you them inside. Then what we do is this. With that, we already open the fruit. This is why I'm telling you, we clean them up. When you're a kid, you don't do that. And believe me, nobody of my friends or me got sick to not clean them. But okay, then you take the around and you end with something like that. This is a big seed cover with this. When you finish eating around, you end with these seeds. This is why this is choking hazard, because it's a big seed. And there are of mamones bigger than those I just showed you. Then this is what you end. But I love this. This is not too sweet. This is not too acid. This is really soft flavor, but I love it. Of course, I grew with this. Then this is part of my childhood. But somebody told me what is a Mammogino, and then I wanted to show you what is a Mammogino. Okay. Now, getting into stitching. I have been working some pieces. I have 2 new stars, and I have to share about a piece that I started, but you know, I'm like getting into it more, and so far it's becoming the most difficult pattern design piece I have. That one, it will be the last one. Okay, now what I was working on, I will start with a piece that is my stamp piece, because you know I don't have a stamp really, only this one. This is a green fairy. It's a kit that my daughter gifted me, and this is where I am right now. Okay, this is really easy for me because I don't have to count, and it's pre-stamped. Then I go so fast. You see this color here that is red is a green that was a lot here, and this is almost done. It's only this which is pending. Also, I have another green that goes here where this yellow is. That's another big color, and after that in yellow, all the rest of the colors that are pending are not too much each of them. It's a lot of colors, but not too much of it. I think now you can see a little, you can start seeing, you know, here the shape of the fairy and the shape of the dragon here. I'm putting the original design there. You see? This will end so beautiful, okay? And I was working on this a lot. Now getting into my regular pieces, not stamp, I work in this piece that is a freebie that I found. I call it a tree with hearts because this is what it is. I didn't work in that for a long time. This is my piece. I advance a lot here on the top. All these hearts, all these areas, no. All these areas, no. Sorry. Believe it or not, they were in silence my entire Spanish video, and they just start to work. Okay. Okay. Then this is my tree of hearts, and I love it. It's becoming beautiful. But I did something on it. Also, I work in that piece. That's a PDF pattern I bought on Etsy. It's called Frisky Friends, and it's to put in the base of the Christmas tree. It's big. Then the last time I show you, I had the hat. Okay, that old top part. I'm sorry, I had to cut it because they were barking like crazy. More than now, okay? Okay, then the last time I had the hat, and right now I increase it and I improve it with this blue and red. That is part of a gift box. Okay, that's a present. This will end so beautiful, and I think I did a good push in the gift box. Now I was working too in my Ornament Elegance from Mill Hill. That is the piece I chose for cross stitch camp from Colorado Stitcher for June, which I didn't finish in June because June was terrible for stitching time. And this is where I am right now. It's nice. I finished all the background completely in full cross stitch. Now I only have to finish the cross stitch of the balls and put the, the beads. Now, this is the first time on any kit, Mill Hill or cross stitch or any kit I bought as a kit, that I was short in a color. This big first blue, I was short. I was short like a piece like that, more or less, with the 6 strands, because I normally, if I have to work with, I like to work with 2 strands in order to use the loop method, and then I cut more or less like that, and see, more or less like that, and then I flip it, you know, like I get it with the wood. Then maybe a piece like that with the 6 skein, that's what I was spending, that I lack of that. And I said, being short of this is incredible. I've never been short before. I don't know why. And believe me, it's not too crazy. I can show you the back, you know, it's not that I made a boo-boos or something like that. No, it's fine. I don't know. But it will end so beautiful, but I don't know why I was short on that blue. Now, for July, for cross stitch camp in July, we have to choose a motif or piece or something that we can finish in a different way than a picture or a frame. Like you can do something else. And I will be doing such as. Then I'm going to make these small motifs, herbal motifs, flower motifs, and I will add it as some kind of, hold on, my brain in English, some kind of applique on top of the sachet bags. I started by the chamomile. They are beautiful. Look at this small little thing. It's not cute. I love it. Okay, this is a small, but obviously has tons of backstitch. Now, this is the first one. Then it's the time you are adjusting to the colors. I'm using my own floss from all floss that I have there, then finding colors and how these were like that. Then these were 2 hours for me. Then I'm pretty sure, because that I will spend from 1 hour and a half and 2 hours per motif, then I am almost sure that I will finish this within July, and for the first time I will finish something that I chose for cross stitch camp. Okay, now here I'm only pending to put chamomile here, okay, and then start on the other one. We'll see, but I really like this, really like this. This is supposed to be backstitch, really vintage. This is really nice. Now this is supposed to be vintage backstitch. Okay, that means it goes from point to point or hole to hole, and then you're supposed to end with motifs that are really square on the corners, because you go from dot to dot. I don't like to work like that. Then I changed a little bit the backstitch, and if you see, the motifs are not too squarey and they go more rounded as a flower, things like that. Because I tend to go not from hole to hole or stitch to stitch, like I tend to make longer stitches, then goes with a better shape on the border. Okay, but this is what I'm doing for cross stitch camp July, and I'm so pleased I found this because I really like it. I think they will be small but beautiful. And I'm just, you know, I'm trying to see what I'm putting inside of the bags in order to make this a chest. And I think one of the possibilities I have, without complicate too much myself this year, is, okay, then I have outside a incense bush. And if you have incense bush, you know that if you touch it, if it's raining, if a small bird goes across the leaves, the smell starts like moving around. Then I'm think I can take some, because you know that bush grows like crazy. I can take some of those branches and dry the leaves, and they make good sachet with incense oil, because I think that aroma will be nice for example, for a closet, you know, I think. But well, this is the other thing. Now, I start something else. I'm putting there Summer Girl, Summer Girl 06 from Mystic Stitch. I'm still in process to find the owner of Mystic Stitch and see what the heck is happening, because I really miss Mystic Stitch. Now, I have to confess, guys, when I buy a design, when I buy a pattern, I never, ever check the size. Never, ever. I like it and I buy it because I like it. If it's a kit, I don't care because everything comes there. If it's a PDF, then I buy the pattern, and by the time I decide to start, I'll check if I have from the big pieces I buy that I cut for full coverage, or if it's not full coverage, what kind of I have, or if I have to buy a new fabric or something like that. But I never see. Then when I finally start this and I really realize how big it was, oh my God, it's big. Now, it's not that I don't enjoy it. You know that I am crazy for full coverage and I enjoy full coverage. And I have to say, this time I bought a big piece of Ada 18, and this time has in Amazon, and this time has much better quality. Each time I buy is better quality, because see, this is Ada 18 and look at it's soft, it's very malleable, you know, it's very it's very good, very good wood. This is Ada 18. This is big, guys. This design will be big. I cannot even, okay, I'm doing like that, but it's a vertical one, okay? Now I start in the left top corner, and this is what I did. There are 800 stitches there, except those 8 white points you can see there, and it's because I sadly discovered I'm missing a color that I didn't know I don't have, or at least I cannot find it. Then I'm gonna wait. Next time I take this, I'll see if I already ordered a color. I don't know, I have been really busy, or if I have another color that is similar that I can use. But this is really heavy confetti. You can see the difference in browns and like maroons and things like that, but it's really nice. Now, when I work in full coverage pieces like this that are tons of colors and heavy confetti, I only do that on the weekends or a night that really I don't have anything to do and I can spend more than 3 hours on a piece. If I cannot spend more, let's say 2 hours, 2 to 3. If I cannot spend 3 hours or more in a full coverage, I don't stitch full coverage. I stitch whatever else I have except that. Because see, when you work with a lot of confetti in a very big piece with several colors, you need to take your pace. You cannot go and put like 20 stitches and stop, because you need to follow in some way. And I don't work with an app, and somebody can say that's your problem, you have to use an app. But for the app, for me really right now is not adding value in the way I work. And remember, I don't use any hoop, I stitch on hand. Then I have my own setup for everything. But the thing is, I need to have enough time for my brain to start stitching on an area of my motif, and carry on for a while, then I can advance. Because if I do 15 minutes or 20 minutes and I stop, when I come back, I don't know what the heck I was doing before. Like, why this color was here? No, I can't. Then those 800 stitches was the first time I worked with them. It was like 8 hours or something like that. But it's nice, really nice. It took me a while, of course, you know, guys, I have a lot of full coverage, but I love them. That's Summer Girl. Now, jump into my very best, difficult, big project. Most difficult, big project. But it's beautiful. Okay, it's that one. That's Christmas Reindeer from Misendo Patterns. I bought it a PDF in Etsy, and that store is no longer on, disappeared. Now, The design is beautiful. I'm not going back, or I'm not getting disencouraged, or I want to stop. But this is a real pain. Now I'm going to explain, because if somebody has the pattern and never started this pattern, or knows where to buy it and is thinking on it, or I want you to tell you what you will be on, and you decide if you go to your pain road like me or not. Because for me, is a nice pain. Okay, I like it. It's like somebody handled me a 200,000 puzzle. But this is the problem. I think the dogs just moved the camera. Okay, the design is fine. The PDF is fine. I'm going to show you there. Look at that. That is the first page on the corner. This is the page I work with. As you see, supposed to be full coverage. That color on the background that's supposed to be white, I'm not going to stitch that. I'm going to let the fabric, because it's too much. But then I did the entire area of greenery and starting the blueberry of that corner. Now, if you see, you can see the colors is okay, but this is the complication. That design has 260 colors. It's like a heaven, okay? It's 260 colors. But the way that the designer working he or her bracelet, because I don't know if it was a he or a she, it's complicated. He did something like that. This is this is not done by me. This is the pattern color sheet. 8 pages, 9 pages actually, 8 pages. 8 full plus the last one. Okay. Then I said, okay, I have the design on my phone and my computer. Then I can open the pattern and see clearly which motif or design or whatever goes in each stage. Okay. But then this is very difficult to be passing, because if I don't print this, then I have to, scroll down or up by 9 pages. Then my printer is not having problem with the colors. It's printing now only black and white, and the colors, I need to take my printer for a clean up, and I didn't have the chance. Then I went to a store where they print for you, and I request they print this. Oh my God. And they gave me this. Did you see how clear this is? And I'm like, are you kidding me? Honey, I said, like, look, let me show you what I have to see. Then I showed the patterns. I'm like, I cannot distinguish here the colors. And she's like, I don't know what happened. Like, I know what happened. You have the setup of your printer as low in color in order to save ink. And it doesn't work for me. I need you to go high to the top with the ink. And she goes like, yeah, but we have to charge you more. I don't care. Could you please do it? Then they did it. And then, yes, now I can see. It's still confused, but now I can see. Now, if I show you one of the pages that have a big color difference, it's easier. You see now? Much better to see? Okay. Now, the first page, for example, is not so easy because it has a lot of grays and browns and beige, and they're all similar. Now, the problem is that in other patterns, the designer is not repeating the motif. I always have a problem with that word. I'm so sorry. Like for example, if you found a big S, that's the only big S you find. Maybe you will find a lower S. That's it. Now, this guy was not very creative regarding the motifs. Then he repeats with different backgrounds or different colors. For example, you find a C with a gray background and the C is black. Then you find another C with a light green background and the C is white. And you find another C with a black sea, but the background is like pinkish. Oh my God. when I really realized that, because the thing is, I supposedly started design early in the year, I think January, February, but I really only went and did like, I don't know, 20 or 40 stitches of one color, and that was it. And I said, okay, I started. Okay, you guys were crazy. Okay, now I sit down, I said, okay, I will finish the first page, because it's a small part. Well, that small piece has tons of confetti, and I spend a lot of time interiorizing me, or getting used to this system, and trying to identify each color with each design. Then I said, okay, I found this C, this C, this C, and then I write like fondo, like a background, pinkish background, greenish background, gray background, with putting that, and then I go to the design in my computer, I open really quick, and I try to identify this from the pattern, because even the printer was at the best, it's not 100% exactly as you see the colors on the screen. That is the difficulty of this pattern. A huge big piece with a lot of confetti, but the problem is the identification of each color with each piece. And I know, with the time passing, it will be faster and easier for me, because the brain start to making connections and remembering things, and then you see, okay, this one was this one I used that before, blah blah blah. But right now, this is like extremely new in my brain, and it's hard to follow up. I'm not complaining, I'm not saying I will stop, I'm not saying I don't like the challenge, but believe me, it's a challenge. Then keep it in mind if somebody has this in their hands, okay? You don't know. I was almost finishing that small piece that I show you, and I still had like 2 more colors with a few stitches to put, and I was like, oh my God, I'm not getting up from here if I don't finish. Go, Karina. And I was cheering myself, Karina, you can finish, Karina, you can finish, because I was tired, not mad, but not sad, but tired. Finally, I finished the entire page, the entire piece of the page that is covered by stitches, and hopefully next time I'll take the below page, and I have to go, same I'm doing in the Summer Girl, I have to go by squares. The majority of the full coverage right now, I'm working by squares, and if I don't finish on a square, I measure my time. How many hours I'll be working on this? 2 hours, 4 hours. Maybe I'm alone the entire weekend, and I can give like 10 hours or 11 hours to the piece. I don't care. Then I go, okay. Then I start, let's say I go, okay, I'll be working in 4 squares, 400 stitches, or in 5 squares, or in 3. But if I start some amount of squares, I decided I don't jump to other stitch until I don't finish those squares, because this is the only way my brain can remember what I was doing, how it was going, what was the colors, what did you did, why you let that space in blank, why you did that, this color. It's the only way. If it's a full coverage that it doesn't have confetti, it's another story. But these big pieces with confetti, I have to work by squares. It's the only way I don't get confused and I don't make boo-boos later, okay? Because when I come back, I don't have to see what I was in my piece. I only go to my stitch journal. I go, okay, I had these squares. Let me show you. I'm going with this other square. For example, in Summer Girl, that is new, I was doing before in a different way, but now I found a good way in this, because then I draw the page. This is the first page of Summer Girl. And then I put here, you see each of these squares is 100 pieces. Then in the Summer Girl, I mark the eight squares, that means 800 pieces, and I know that's done. Next time when I come, I go to my pattern and I start right there when I have to start. I don't have to catch up in my brain to see where I was going. because it's too much work. And if I want to advance in these big pieces, I had to find a way, and I think I found it. This is the best way for me to advance on the big pieces. Then this is what I was working. What do you think? We loved your comments. If you were here for the first time and you like the content, please give me a thumbs up and you can subscribe. I'm here sharing about cross stitch and other, crafts. And I was very happy to share with you guys. Thank you for passing by. God bless you all. Bye-bye.